And today I'm going to show you my baby light and balayage combination. So what this is basically when you're working on someone with virgin hair or someone who doesn't have much color left in their hair and you're having to really build everything. So this is it's a really big job. But why I like to do the baby light combination with the balayage is just so that I'm creating that really beautiful blend. And today what I want to do with Ella is not necessarily give her anything too bold, and that's why the baby lights will kind of just diffuse everything. So here we have a before of Ella. It's a beautiful level 7 virgin hair, which is the best to work on. However, I will mention I was a little bit cautious because Ella was using had been using a naughty shampoo and conditioner, so I was just keeping my eye out for chemical reactions, which we didn't have, so that's really good. And yeah, it's a really big job today, lots and lots of lightening. As you can see, I'm doing my same pattern, the same pattern that I always do, but I'm just showing this is really good for when you have to build the lightening in the hair from scratch. So obviously when we're doing like a maintenance color or a balayage on someone who's already got some light on the bottom, it's not as much work. But when they have no existing color, you've really got to build a lot of blonde. So that's what today was about. It was her first ever color though, so even though I was doing a lot of lightening, I still wanted to make her feel comfortable with the result and not give her too much brightness. So yeah, I'm really happy with the overall look. I have to admit I did slightly overtone it again. I've been doing that every time, I think, because we're filming. You tend to just kind of get your timing out a little bit. So I definitely overtoned it, which I'm disappointed with, but you'll see at the end it's really beautiful. So here I'm putting my baby fine foils in. So like I said at the start, this is going to create our obviously the lightening of the root area, and also this is what will help to blend the balayage that I put to create the lightness in the ends. I think I do go back. I do go back after a few and tip out as I go this time. So each time's a little bit different. Sometimes I do the whole section and then tip out. If I'm doing a lot of tipping out, then I will stop like halfway through, tip out, and then keep going, just because it can get a lot of foils to kind of move out the way. So that's why I do that, and I should be doing that sometime soon. I'm interested to know if you like my voiceover method. You should leave me some comments and tell me. I think I just find this easier because when I am doing the process, for me to like talk through it, it can really slow you down, and then it's quite stressful. So anyway, so I'm just going back now to tip out. starting at the base, and I'm going to go through and sometimes I'll weave, sometimes I'll slice it, just depends on what I think it needs. So I just go through every section and I tip out. Doing a splice here. A slice or a splice? I never know what to say. What do you guys say? Splice? Like the ice cream? I'm funny today. I'm going to Google it right now while I'm watching this. You keep watching, everybody. It's a slice. Oh my god. A splice? A slice. It says slice here. Slicing. I'm tipping out every section. I'm almost done, and then I'll continue with my baby weaves and then continue tipping out. So because I am building all the light in her hair, I pretty much do this through every section. I think I just leave the occasional one out. I've just done my first back section, and what I'm doing is baby fine foil to the roots, and then I'm tipping out pretty much every single section, and I alternate between weaving it and sometimes I'll just kind of slice half the section, because you have to remember we're wanting to build a lot of lightness in one go, so that's why I'm wanting to pick up most of the hair today. And the reason I go to the root with the baby fine foil is because it just creates this really lovely like diffused blend. So over the crown, same technique again. I do just space out a little bit though, because I think we can have a little bit more natural, and this will just kind of fall over all the heavy lightning and diffuse it all really nicely. So baby fine and then tip out every section. gosh, I'm literally doing the same thing again. I really got to change it up. I did say this in my first video though. Once you have this pattern down, you just adjust it with your weave depth and size and your tip out and all that, and it works perfect for everything. But I figured out something new today. Yes, that's right, I forgot the little pivot. Hopefully we can see that well. So once I'd done this side through my top section, I did a little bit of a pivot, and it worked really nicely. So I'm doing baby fine foils to the roots, and then I go out and tip out every bit. So even pretty much don't leave any hair at all around this area, because this is going to be around the face, so we want that to be particularly bright. I actually ended up toning that out a little bit too much, like I said before, so that was very, very annoying. I knew it at the basin. I knew that I should have given it one shampoo and it would have been perfect, but I didn't. So there you go. Okay, that's my first section at the front. And Ella, can I get you to look down to the side? So you can see here, everything's to the roots, and then I tipped out every single section. So I think that works really well for the bold, when you want your bold around the front and building. That's all. This is where I pivot. So instead of, I was just trying to figure it out. You can see me thinking here. Instead of going back and going straight up, I actually decided to pivot from where I was and just slowly pivot up and around, which makes so much sense because it's leaving a little bit of depth in that back underneath area, and it's creating more lightness layering over the front. So it all makes sense and was a lot neater than going straight up. So just watch me do it here. I'm really happy about it. And by the way, if you're not already, can you follow my Stylist Talk Instagram page? I wasn't sure if I was going to do too, but I am. And that's where you can talk to me about the videos if you want to. We might even make I should shut up. Okay, check out my weaving. See how I'm just pivoting around, and I'm going to come up and meet on the part line perfectly. Yes. Just got Liv on the back here, just doing a what do you call it? Hair condition test. I always like to do this. I'm very, very cautious hairdresser. I'm always thinking about the condition of the hair over result. And yeah, like I said earlier, I was just keeping my eye out for chemical reactions. But everything is all good. to show you this because I just figured out something new today, which I think is going to work really well, which is, and I see, I think it's Monique from Q in Sydney or Melbourne. I watch her a lot. I really love her work, and she does this thing where she will pivot around, and I just did that here on this section, and I think it's going to fall really nicely. So instead of going back and then coming straight up the sides, I've actually just pivoted around like that from my face frame. So obviously you'll see the result after, and I just wanted to show you how much. So obviously there's only a little bit of hair left. Ella's got so much hair, it's virgin hair. We had to create a lot of lightness, so that's what today was about. It's just getting a really a big result, I guess, in one session, so lots of lightening. And with my tip out, I put it all in a foil. So I've talked about that before. If it was pre-lightened or I didn't need as much lift, maybe I would freehand it. But anytime I'm trying to get a lot of lift, like I need to get the same amount of lift as all my foil work. So the tip out in the foil works best. Just one thing to keep in mind, when you're folding up the foil with your tip out, I always do a little fold at the start and then a big fold, because if you flip your ends up on your fade at the top, you'll get those marks. So every now and then that happens to me, and it's very annoying. So just a little tip to keep out, to watch out for. So I've just left that bit out as my bit of depth, which I would usually do when I'm going up through there. So yeah, same kind of idea, just a slightly different pattern. Okay, Liv, let's get this in. So I just want to talk about pre-tone. You can see that the texture has been created in the base, but there's still a good amount of natural coming through, and you can see that those baby foils are just diffusing her natural at the top and then connecting in with the blonde at the bottom. So one toner to bring everything together now. I just want to show it the back as well, because you can really see how that's really nice and textured, but still with natural through the top. So yes, so like I said before, I think I overtoned. Well, I know I overtoned. I'm using I actually used, what did I use? A 9, and I used some 8.63. So just lifted with a little bit of warmth that I wanted to counteract. And I put this on all my roots, and then I bring it through my ends. Actually, I have been putting Cora Store in all my toners, so I do think that can just be something to watch, because I think it sort of penetrates the hair better, so it can tend to... Who am I kidding? I just left it on too long. I'm trying to make excuses. I do think that's a thing, but still, I'm still just making excuses.